Every habit we have could either be working for us or against us. And when it comes to taking care of your mental health, it's oftentimes the little ones that can make the biggest difference. I used to struggle with pretty debilitating anxiety, and over the years, I've tried countless things to try and get ahead of it in the most natural ways possible. These are the 10 daily habits that have completely transformed my mental health and can do the same for you. Number 1, sticking to a solid morning routine. I'm a firm believer in the power that a good morning routine can have, and the way you start your day is especially important for the energy that you'll carry through the rest of it. It has taken lots of experimenting, and I still occasionally make tweaks here and there, but having a solid morning routine gives me the opportunity to start my day without having to think very much at all, while still being incredibly productive and mindful. 2, daily meditation. I turned to meditation in my early 20s when I was in the depths of my own struggle with mental health, and honestly, when I first started, I had doubts that it was something that would ever work for me. But over the years, it has turned into a ritual that I look forward to so much. I always feel more clear-headed, centered, and connected to myself when I meditate, and I've noticed that it's just so much easier to handle those unexpected day-to-day situations that can sometimes really knock us off balance. 3, a regular journaling practice. I always spend some time in the mornings setting a clear intention for the day and a short list of a few things I'm grateful for. When I'm feeling stressed, anxious, or a little down, it becomes incredibly easy to fixate on the negative aspects of a situation. Writing a list of even the small little things I'm grateful for always reminds me that my life is filled with so much good, and it truly always outweighs whatever bad I may be perceiving at the time. 4, cutting out processed sugar. Now, this one actually caught me by surprise because I hadn't cut out processed sugar in order to improve my mental health, but when looking at the research, it makes total sense why. Refined sugar causes spikes in your blood sugar, which leads to inconsistent energy levels that can sometimes fluctuate quite drastically. But it also causes inflammation throughout your body and your brain, which can really impact the way your brain processes emotions. 5, prioritizing gut health. This one ties into cutting out processed sugar, which also affects your gut. But I also began prioritizing whole foods, which is what I eat most of the time. These foods aren't just good for your body, but they're also going to make your gut happy. And while part of this does relate to the fact that the majority of the serotonin in your body is created in the gut, I've noticed in myself that when I'm feeling bloated or experiencing some other issues with my gut, it's really hard for me to focus on anything else. When my gut is happy, I'm happy. 6, moving my body every day. Exercising and being active always makes me feel good, and over the years, this has become something that I no longer just do for the physical benefits. Moving my body on a daily basis helps me burn off excess energy that for me can pretty quickly feed into stress or anxious thought patterns. I always sleep way better when I've exercised that day too, and good sleep definitely makes it easier for me to handle all the unexpected things that can pop up on a daily basis. 7, learning to say I feel rather than I am. This one was also pretty surprising for me. But learning to say that I feel anxious rather than I am anxious, for example, allowed me to gain a sense of separation from what I was feeling and not identify myself with it. It was a reminder to me that even when I was feeling big feelings, they're just temporary and they certainly don't define me. 8, squeezing something I enjoy into every day. It's really easy to get caught in the hamster wheel of life, and that can quickly lead to feeling unfulfilled or even resentful of the things we have to take care of on a daily basis. I have always been a big reader, but when I was in school, it fell way to the back burner. Since then, I've started making it a point to set aside time each day to read just for the enjoyment of it. And even though it's something really small, it always is something that I look forward to. I find other ways of having fun throughout the day too, like dancing around while I do my chores or playing with my cat. Whatever it is, however big or small, experiencing a moment of joy every single day has really changed the way I look at daily life. 9, learning how to say no. I can definitely lean towards overgiving or overdoing, and for a very long time, I had a hard time saying no to things. Over the last couple of years, I've really become more aware of how that tendency was really only hurting me at the end of the day. But since I learned to be more mindful of the energy that I have to give and learning to prioritize what I need in order to show up as my best self, saying no has become a lot easier, and I no longer experience all those feelings that come from saying yes when you really wanted to say no. 10. Surrendering to the uniqueness that each day brings. Every day is going to be different. Some days will be smooth and easy, while others will feel harder, or like it's just one thing after another. Sometimes there might not be a specific reason that I can point to that'll explain why I feel the way that I feel. Once I learned to surrender to whatever it is that each day brings, those harder days stopped being as hard, and I felt so much less resistance to the ebbs and flows that are just a natural part of life. Nothing lasts forever, and remembering that key detail makes weathering whatever storm you're going through that much easier.